Imagine you get a toothache or catch a cold. What do? You head to the pharmacy and buy your meds in 2 minutes. Quick, easy, safe. Now, let's roll back time a couple of thousand years. Have a headache? A doctor picks up a chisel and drills a hole right through your skull to release evil spirits. Stomach ache? Here's a nice shot of liquid mercury. Welcome to the history of medicine, an era when trying to get cured had roughly the same odds of killing you as the disease itself. For millennia, science was replaced by a wild cocktail of superstitions, poisons, and fatal mistakes. Trust me, after this video, you'll start appreciating simple aspirin like the greatest miracle in the universe. Let's start with one of the oldest methods, skull trepanation, zero anesthesia, zero sterilization. A person complains of a migraine or strange behavior, and a medicine man saws right through living skull bone. And the shocking part, people actually survived. Archaeologists have found thousands of skulls with healed bone edges. And if holes in the head didn't work, superstition took over. In ancient Rome, epileptics drank the warm blood of freshly slain gladiators. In the Middle Ages, illnesses were treated with incantations, prayers, and walks under a full moon. In the Middle Ages, human autopsies were banned, so anatomy was studied using pigs. When the Black Death struck in the 14th century, medicine was entirely powerless. This was the era of plague doctors and bird masks. The beak was stuffed with herbs to block miasma, foul air believed to spread disease. They treated buboes with red-hot irons, live toads, and a ban on bathing to plug the pores. Naturally, the filth and lice only spread the plague faster. Before the 19th century, surgery meant zero anesthesia. The only option was a glass of hard liquor, a wooden stick to bite on, and 4 strong men holding you down. Speed was everything. Surgeon Robert Liston could amputate a leg in 28 seconds. But during one rushed operation, he accidentally sliced off his assistant's fingers and slashed a spectator's coat. The spectator died of terror, while the patient and assistant died of blood infection, making it the only surgery in history with a 300% mortality. Mercury was considered a cure for everything, from syphilis to depression. Symptoms of poisoning like falling teeth, tremors, and madness were ignored because mercury briefly masked illness before killing the host. Arsenic, lead, and even radioactive elements were sold as medicine. In the 20th century, people drank radium-infused water for energy, slowly poisoning themselves for years. Yet some ancient remedies were brilliant. Egyptians put moldy bread on wounds, a primitive form of penicillin. Willow bark became modern aspirin. Chinese acupuncture genuinely reduces pain by stimulating nerve endings, and honey was used as a natural antibacterial antiseptic. Ancient people didn't know why it worked, but thousands of years of trial and fatal error yielded real results. Childbirth was a leading cause of death for young women. In 19th century maternity wards, 1 in 6 women died of childbed fever. The reason was absurd. Doctors walked straight from performing autopsies to delivering babies without washing their hands. Dr. Ignaz Semmelweis suggested basic hand disinfection, and mortality dropped instantly. But his colleagues mocked him, finding a scraped knee used to be a death sentence. Catching a cold meant risk of pneumonia, and reaching age 40 made you an old timer. Today, you solve for a couple of bucks in 5 minutes what used to be a matter of life and death. Everything we take for granted, hand washing, vaccines, antibiotics, painkillers, is paid for by thousands of years of human sacrifice. If you had to pick one historical era where survival was the hardest, which would you choose? Let me know in the comments. Hit subscribe, it only gets crazier from here.